Welcome to another session with Saptavarna Creations. Today in this session I'm going to show you how to make flowers using soap. These are all very easy to make and you can reuse the waste soap and you can make that into a beautiful art piece or a show piece, and you will love making these flowers. So I'll teach you how to make this one. Let's see what are all the materials needed for this. So the first thing is we need a old soap. You can take any color, but I always prefer taking a lighter color for this one so that it will get easily mixed with other colors. So I have taken something like this and a grater. This is a normal carrot grater which I use in the kitchen. Glue, craft glue, corn flour, fabric colors. You can use fabric colors and acrylic colors. Generally the acrylic colors and fabric colors will get mixed nicely with the soap. Little water and little coconut oil. Now I will show you the step-by-step process for making those flowers. The first step is to grate this soap using a carrot grater. Just grate it normally and you will get pieces of soap like this. So I have already done this and kept it. So this is how the soap pieces will look like after grating, and this has to dry for a few days. If the weather is little cold, then definitely this will take a little longer to dry. But it definitely has to dry before going to the next step. Once it dries, grind it in the mixture and you will get a powder like this. It has to dry completely. Once it has dried completely, then you will get a nice soap powder, and I have grinded this in the mixie. Usually I grind a lot of soaps together and then I keep it in the I'll store it in the bag so that I can use it whenever I want. Now our soap powder is ready. Now we are going to use this one and make a soap dough and then mix color to it, and then we will be making flowers out of it. I have already done few white soap powder. So this is what I get using white soap. Now I'm going to mix corn flour to it. The measurement should be like, if you take one measure of soap, you should take little more than half a measure of corn flour. And then mix it with a little glue. You can take a little coconut oil so that it won't stick into your hands. Now we have to knead this at least for 15-20 minutes till you get a soft soap dough. If the dough is little thick, you can definitely add little water. Very little water. You should only add in drops. And if it is very loose, and you can add a little more of corn flour and soap to it. So you have to mix it nicely, and you should knead it nicely till you get a chapati like this. So you should at least do it for 15-20 minutes to get a nice dough like this. Once you prepare this dough can be stored in a Ziploc container or a Ziploc bag and keep it in the fridge for 7 days, up to 7 days. Now I'm going to take a little part of it, and this is our soap dough. Now I will show you how to mix different colors in the soap dough. This should be nicely mixed. Yes. Now you can mix any colors to it. I generally prefer red or yellow for the rose. So I will be showing with an yellow color today. If you want, you can mix anything. Just start mixing with a fabric or acrylic colors that are very good for the soap dough, whereas the oil colors and watercolors does not gel nicely with the soap dough. Now I'm mixing the yellow color. I generally grind and stock this soap powder for my students because they prefer um, just doing these flowers when they come for the class. So I generally do this. If you want, you can also do this. And few of my students will always feel that they need to learn the flowers, and so that I'll stock these kind of color dough in my fridge for at least 7 days. If it is very sticky, you can definitely add little more oil to it. Very important thing in a soap dough is it will easily get mixed to the colors. So when you are mixing 2-3 colors at a time, make sure that you wash and dry your hands nicely before you mix the next color. So this is my yellow color. Now our soap dough is ready. I will show you how to make a rose. It's a very simple thing, but it really looks beautiful after you finish it. Take 8 small balls. For a medium size of rose, you need 8 balls. If you want a small rose, you can take around 5, or if you want a bigger one, you can take even more bigger than that. Now I have taken 8 to 10 balls of more or less equal size. I'm going to show you how to make a rose using a toothpick, so that it will be very easy. First, flatten these balls with your hand, make it little thin. These are all the petals of the rose. So now we are going to do petal by petal and then arrange those petals as a rose. If few petals are small, then keep it in the center and keep the bigger ones in the end. So my petals are ready now. Now take the smaller one. Take the smaller one and start rolling like this. It should be open in one end and it should be closed in the bottom. So this is going to be our center part of the rose. Now take the next petal and keep it just opposite to the first petal like this, and just press the bottom a little bit. If you are doing immediately after mixing the dough, then there is no need of applying glue to all the petals. But if you store it in the fridge and take it 2-3 days later, then apply little glue in the bottom so that all the petals will be stick together. Now take another petal and keep it just opposite to the second petal in this way, and fix it in the bottom. Just give a little more touches to your petal. Now start arranging the other petals on the next round. Like this. Few of of my students will always prefer a bigger rose and few will always prefer a smaller one to arrange it in a pot or something. If you want a smaller one, just take a small number of small petals and you can do it in the same way. Otherwise, you can also do it with the minimum number of petals. Now, just press in the bottom so that all your petals will get a shape, and just give a little shape to your rose and let it dry. Before drying, if you want toothpick, you should just insert the toothpick into the rose and then you should keep it for drying. If you don't want to fix it into the toothpick and if you want it like a wall hanging, just remove the bottom and then keep it flat so that you can stick it to a canvas board or tile or something like that. Now let it dry. Now I'll teach you another type of flower. You can make any type of flower using your creativity, and it all depends on you how you make it and how you give an impression and how you arrange it in a pot or a board or something like that. So now I'm going to teach you a very simple flower with toothpick. So this is going to be our base for that flower, and these are all the 5 petals which we have. Just give little impressions using toothpick and fold it in the bottom like this and paste it. Similarly, do for all the petals and arrange. Now I have finished arranging the flower and I have kept all these petals on that base. Now I'm going to keep a center. If you want, you can keep a red or orange in the center and just give impressions on it. So our flower is ready. So I'll explain you this one. So in this I have kept few flowers and I have kept the few roses as well, and I have kept a small flowers and I have arranged it on a canvas and I have pasted it on a canvas using glue, and I have arranged it with a little artificial leaves. So this type of arrangements can be done on a canvas board or any plate or a porcelain plate or a tile, anything. And you can also use this type of pot which are available, and you can fix your flowers in this toothpick and you can arrange it in a pot. So I have arranged it something like this, and I have arranged it with the artificial leaf. If you don't want artificial leaves, you can definitely make leaves using green color in the similar way which I showed you now. So hope you have enjoyed this session and you have learned how to do different kinds of flowers using soap, and these are really easy to make, and a lot of my students like it and they really love making these things because we can reuse the old soaps and we can do beautiful pieces out of it, beautiful flowers. And not only flowers, you can do anything of your choice and you can arrange it in a way. So we conduct a lot of online classes like this. Stay tuned for more classes and workshops. Bye-bye.